fourth grade friends, it's Miss Smith. I'm back today to read you the story, Sadie's Game, in our book. Oh, you saw my dog Penny last time. Now my little dog Macy is here because she likes to listen to stories, so she just wants to say hello. Hello to you. And she's going to sit down here beside us and listen to our story today, okay? First, let's look at the directions in your packet. So I know that yesterday we did the vocabulary chart together, so you know the definitions for the words. You were able to look in your book and answer the questions on page 1 to get you thinking about the story. And then you were able to go to my YouTube channel, hopefully, and listen to the story about the girl named Josie, who is able to play basketball even though she's in a wheelchair. I wanted you to see that because our character in our story today is also a girl in a wheelchair who likes to play basketball. And I wanted you to see that even though the story is realistic fiction and someone made it up, it's something that could really happen to real people. So today, number 1 says to review the vocabulary words on page 6. So hopefully you had a chance to review a couple of the words and write your own sentences using the book for help. And then I'm going to read the story, Sadie's Game, with you today on page 8. Okay? So before we read, let's just quickly review the definitions of our vocabulary words because we might hear some of these in our story today. The first one is substitution, and that is something that takes the place of another thing. Bowed means you bent forward at the waist to greet someone or show thanks. Signaling means showing a movement that gives direction or warning. Gaze. Gaze means a long look. Preferred. It means something that you like more than the rest. And collided. When two or more things have crashed into each other really hard. That's collided. Okay. So we'll use these to help us understand our story today. Sadie's Game is a realistic fiction story. So that means someone made it up. It's not real, but it has events that could happen in real life. So even though Sadie is not a real person, there really could be girls in wheelchairs who play basketball together, just like you saw in the video about Josie. Okay, so I'm going to read the story. Remember, the great thing is if you want to listen again, you can watch this again. You can rewind it to hear certain parts or certain words again if you need to. So you can get your book out and follow along as I read, and we'll stop and think about some things throughout the story, okay? All right, Sadie's Game is on page 8. It is realistic fiction, and we're going to see in this story how Sadie's brother shows that he still cares about his little sister, because we're thinking about ways people show they care for each other. Okay, here we go. The referee blew his whistle. It was Sadie's second foul of the game. Sadie had already collided twice with another player's wheelchair. The coach waved for Sadie to get off the court. The crowd jeered as Sadie left the court. She had never heard such a disappointed crowd. Sadie was upset her brother was not at the game, and it showed in her basketball playing. So look, here's the referee. He's the person that blows the whistle if someone isn't playing by the rules. And so he told Sadie to get off the court, and lots of people were not happy about that because they wanted her to play. But Sadie wasn't having a good game. She was upset because her brother wasn't there to watch her. and she really wanted him there. So she was feeling disappointed. And that means that you're feeling unhappy about something that you hoped would happen, and then it didn't get to happen. Kind of like, I'm disappointed we can't come to school. I was really hoping we wouldn't have to be out for so long, so it makes me a little sad. That's how Sadie was feeling, because her brother was not at school, or not at her game. She argued with her brother that morning about the game. "Richie, why can't you come to my game today? Don't you care about me anymore?" Sadie asked. So she was really feeling sad. Sadie was very close to Richie. They both loved sports, especially basketball. Sadie loved to play basketball before her accident. Richie taught her to play again after the accident. On days when she didn't want to get out of bed, Richie would coax her to get up. He even used a wheelchair to help Sadie learn how to play the game again. So this paragraph tells us a lot of information. It tells us Sadie and her brother both love sports. They really love basketball. And it tells us that Sadie had an accident. It doesn't say what kind of accident, so we don't know how she hurt her legs. But we know that after her accident, she had to be in a wheelchair, and she had to learn how to play basketball from her wheelchair. And her big brother Richie helped her do that. That blue word coax, it means that you're trying to make someone do something that they don't really want to do, but you're doing it in a nice way. So when she was really sad after her accident about not being able to play basketball, that's what he did. He was very nice, and he tried to convince her to play again. And it's because of him she's so good now. But lately, Richie preferred hanging out with his new high school friends. He also spent a lot of time with his new car. Sadie watched as Richie would clean every part of his car. When he drove away, Sadie would cry. So that yellow word preferred means you're picking one over the other. She feels like he's picking and choosing to spend time with his friends instead of her. So she feels like Richie likes his friends more than he likes her. And that's really sad for her. And that's why she cries when he leaves. Sadie's mother would give her long hugs. "Sadie, your brother loves you, but he's got new interests now. That doesn't mean he doesn't care." But Sadie still felt hurt. Now, Sadie looked for her mother in the crowd. She was surprised to see her mother smiling. Then Sadie saw Richie running toward her across the gym. He had flowers in his hand. Richie handed Sadie the flowers as if she were a queen. He brought her some flowers at her game. "But we're losing, and we may not win. Why are you giving me flowers?" she asked. Richie said, "That is not important. What I know is there is no way I am going to miss my little sister's big game. It's great to have new friends, but you're my best friend." So now she knows that even though he spends time with his other friends sometimes, he really prefers her. He likes her more than the others because she is his best friend. Sadie smiled. Those words meant more to her than "I'm sorry." She put the flowers on her lap and went back onto the court. Sadie played the rest of the game with the flowers in her lap. Sadie stole the ball from an opponent, making the first of what would be many amazing shots for the team. The end. So that blue word, opponent, that means the team that they're playing against. So once she talked to her brother and she realized he still cared about her, and she had those flowers he gave her in her lap, making her feel happy and special, she was able to get the ball away from the opponent, the other team, and make lots of great shots for her team. So because she felt happier, she was able to do a better job during the basketball game. She felt much better now that her brother was here. So you can think about things that people you care about, and ways you show that you care for them. Just like Richie showed he cared for his sister. All right, that's the end of our story today. So remember, tomorrow on day 3, you read the story yourself, try to read it out loud to someone, and then answer the questions. So you can go back in the story and underline where you find the answers. On day 4, use this paper and write about the story. You can look in the book again to help you find the answers to the parts you need to write about. And remember, on Friday, you can use the virtual field trip link. Choose one place to go and learn about, and write down some important things you learned, some of the things that you liked, and draw a picture to match on the back. Alright guys, if you have any questions or need any help about this story or any of the work this week, just have your parents' dojo message me or email me, and I will be happy to answer your questions and help you. Okay? I hope that you like watching these videos. I'll have some more next week for new vocabulary words and a new story and new YouTube clips to watch. Okay? Alright guys, have a great time. I miss you, and I hope you're having fun at home. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.